Yeah, my big sort of philosophical debate that I have with myself when I'm walking around the building, stuff like that, is just can we go beyond Pillbot? Like right now, we're just in the hardcore execution phase on basically driving drones around inside the human stomach. Um, Drink some water and pilot a drone. Maybe you give a gastroenterologist a video game instead of an endoscope, and we think that's a great idea for a company, and so here we are. The question, though, is, what do we do with that as our foundation? And so obviously, we do want to add capability. We want to add surgical tools, right? Maybe lab on chip. That's how Pillbot goes from Pillbot to Pill Surgeon. But still, we're talking about swimming around in the stomach or maybe going a little further into the GI tract to do other work. How do you leave the GI tract, right? Well, if you want to go from the stomach as your operating arena and you want to go through a blood vessel, or you want to crawl through interstitial layers of tissue to go everywhere in the body, right? You're slowly working your way around. It's going to have to be a lot smaller, right? The thing that's the size of a huge fingertip might need to be the size of a grain of rice. And so, what kind of power source would work at that scale? And because of the tyranny of the square cube law, when you change the size of something, um, things change exponentially and not always in a good way, right?
You
And
talking
so
about the amount of friction and resistance your motors are up against at that point, or
friction and resistance, or the relative amount of energy that a battery would be able to carry with it at that new scale, it's way worse. And so we're kind of in a place where right now lithium batteries have recently just kind of entered the realm of possibility to make Pillbot work at this big, fingertip scale. It's very far from working at a rice grain size scale. So maybe there's a new type of energy source or power source, and maybe that could be a nuclear battery, right?
cool?
And maybe it's not something that, if it's milliwatt, and that might be very aspirational even. Maybe it's not sustained power, where it's operating continuously, but maybe it's a little bot that sleeps for 23 hours and then crawls around for 1 hour, something like that.